Oops on a Life channel. We're gonna do another cooking show, and this time I'm gonna bring you cabbage rolls, or how I call it, Kraut. These are fun. I love doing this. It's a great staple in my kitchen. We're gonna take a head of cabbage, we're going to boil it and get it a little bit soft so we can roll it, and then we're gonna get our meat prepped. We're gonna roll the meat into the cabbage leaves, and then we're gonna make our brown gravy, pour that on top, and bake it for 45 minutes. The first step I'm gonna show you is preparing our cabbage to be boiled. So what I'm gonna show you next in my quick video is how I take the cabbage, I get the core ready, I get it cut out and cut a little bit deeper so it's easy for the leaves to come off after we get it boiled. Let's get started. We got our cabbage prepped to be put in the boiling water. So get your pot ready for the water and put some salt. Once it gets to a boil, we're gonna put the cabbage in very gently into the boiling water, put a lid on top, and we're gonna boil that about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on the size of your cabbage. I did mine today about 18, 19 minutes, because you don't want the cabbage to get too soft, because the leaves will break apart when we pull off the leaves off the cabbage head. So let me show you how to get that process started. Or 18, 19 minutes now. I got my strainer ready in the sink. I'm going to take my cabbage off the stove, bring it over. I'm gonna rinse my cabbage with cool water to get it a little bit cold. I'm gonna put my strainer on top of a bowl, set it to the side to let it cool, because you don't wanna take the leaves off when the cabbage is still really hot. So about 15 to 30 minutes where you can pull the leaves apart. So let's do that now. Okay, our cabbage is now cool. We're going to take the cabbage. I'm going to show you how I pull the cabbage apart, and then we're going to get that ready and set to the side and prep our meat after that. And it's ready. The leaves are going to be ready for us when we get the meat prepared. So what I have here is I have 1.5 pounds of ground turkey meat. You can use any ground meat that you like. I just like going with the leaner meat, so we always prefer ground turkey meat in our house. I have a cup of breadcrumbs, Italian breadcrumbs, to give that a little bit more seasoning, salt and pepper. I have 1/4 cup of paprika. I have a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. I have a tablespoon of garlic and herb seasoning. I have a teaspoon onion. Now you can put fresh chopped onion in there. It's just we don't prefer onions in our meat, so we do the ground onion for the flavor. I have a teaspoon of caraway seeds, and then I have a teaspoon of ground cumin. So we're gonna mix that all up into the meat, and then we're gonna roll that mixture into the cabbage leaves. You guys ready? So we got our meat mixture done, and we have our leaves that already been peeled off the cabbage head and cool to the touch, because when they're hot, you can't roll up your cabbage. So what I like to begin with, I like to take the greener ones first. So I'm gonna flip it a little bit, and we're going to grab a nice full leaf. Some of them broke when I was peeling them. So here we go. We have this nice leaf right here. And then what we might have to do is cut a little bit of the vein off, the thicker part right here. So just go get yourself a knife. A knife right here. And I'm just going to cut just the vein part off, the very thick one, because that's going to be too hard and chewy. So now, I got my leaf ready, and let me go get a tablespoon too. So I'm going to take about a very good amount of the meat mixture, that much of the tablespoon. I'm going to put it into the leaf of the cabbage, and I'm going to start rolling it. When you do your first roll, you're going to start tucking it in, and then you're going to finish it up. Then you have your nice little cabbage roll. Show it to you one more time, and then we'll do the fast time-lapse video of it. Take your leaf, take the very hard part out on the bottom. Taking me a little bit longer. That hard part off. A little bit bigger than a meatball size. Put it in your leaf. Do your first roll. Tuck, tuck. Finish rolling it out. Your second one. And then you just can line it up in a casserole dish. So now we are going to pour the brown gravy on top, put it in the oven at 350 at 45 minutes. So let's get that going. I'm going to take my brown gravy that I warmed up and mixed, and I'm going to pour it on top of my cabbage rolls. Be very careful. And you don't want to pour too much. You just want to get to where it covers your cabbage, most of your cabbage rolls, 90% of it. I can put my whole pot in here. And I'm using a roast gravy, a German one, but you can just use a brown gravy. Then I'm going to put this in the oven for 45 minutes at 350. So if you cook the meat all the way through, set my timer. All right, let's see how it turns out in 45 minutes. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. Now it's time to take our cabbage rolls out of the oven and get it ready to serve on the plate. So I can already smell them. They smell delicious. Woo, hot. Here we go. Man, that looks good. Let's get a couple of them here. There's one. Let's get one of these over here. 1, 2. A little bit of gravy. Oops, hold on. All right. That looks amazing. Let me cut one of these open for you guys. Look at that. See, that meat is all cooked and it's ready to be eaten. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Ooh, look at that steam. Thank you for watching. If you liked my cabbage rolls, give me a like, a thumbs up, and give me some comments of what you want to see next that I make. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share with your friends.